How do you go from loving airplanes, space, and science as a kid to building your own rocket company? It takes a vision, a lot of hard work and money, and a deep-seated passion. On this NSP short, Rahul Goel explains why he wanted to build NordSpace.
NordSpace is a company working on building essentially an end-to-end space missions capability. So Canada, amazing history in space. We were the third nation to have a satellite in space, 1962 with Outlet 1. I've had an amazing astronaut program, Canada-Arm, and all of that. Great stuff. But we have never, ever launched a rocket from Canadian soil carrying a payload of any size to Earth orbit. This has never happened. We had a rocket program, sounding rockets, back in the 60s, launching out of Churchill, but that fizzled away, launching other Black Bryant rockets, and great rocket, but they weren't orbital class rockets or anything like that. So Canada kind of very decidedly chose not to be in the launch game, and that was illustrated through a couple of key reports and decisions and policy decisions made over the last couple of decades. That has all changed now, whether it's due to sovereign capabilities being important, whether it's due to the fact that satellites and payloads have become a lot smaller. Quite literally, most of the payloads that are launched these days, even from Canada, are small sats, some of them as small as a shoebox. And the fact that we don't have our own capability within Canada, where every G7 nation does, and dozens of other nations are developing their own capabilities, and Canada is so far behind the eight ball, doesn't sit well with me. It's obviously great business opportunity for us to have captured that initial Canadian market and then obviously expand globally. But it's an opportunity to build something exciting. People love what we're building, and it's very fun. But it's also something that's unique to Canada, a capability that's never existed. So we're working on the ability to develop small satellites within on our single roof, integrate them with our own rocket, and launch them from our own spaceport. I personally define sovereign launch capabilities for Canada as launching Canadian satellites from a Canadian rocket from a Canadian spaceport. And it's very important that we have all three of these pieces. And these three pieces are going to set the foundation, not just for NordSpace, but for so many other companies that can follow in our footsteps, who might want to purchase our engines or use our spaceport or tap into our regulatory expertise and all of that. It's a tall order. But essentially what we're doing is building a small space program in a box. And the longer term vision is we work with friendly nations who are looking to also develop their own sovereign space capabilities and essentially copy and paste our model for small satellites, small rockets, and spaceports out to their locations as well, and help these nations develop their own sovereign capabilities. There are so many examples where Canadian payloads have been deprioritized, or they just cost so much more to launch from a foreign launch provider, even American, that it's high time that somebody in Canada sort of steps up. And same way we tackle the air and sea and the ground, space is a domain that is only increasing in importance, and we need just the most basic capability to get small satellites up there to support our military, support our environmental preservation efforts, communication for Canadians, and so many other things.